Everybody, this is Adam Bomb with Adam Bomb Breaks, and you see what's behind me. It's time to do some reviewing. Topps Chrome Platinum came out a little over a week ago, and it's time to go through what you think about it, what I think about it, and is it better than last year? All that good stuff. Let's check out Topps Chrome Platinum 2023 edition. Let's go! All right, here we go. Topps Chrome Platinum. There's your hobby box. It's what it looks like. We're going to talk about what's in the set. Inserts, blah, blah, blah. What can you expect from each box? What are the offerings? Then we're going to talk about how much they produce, how many base cards, how many this, how many that. We're going to talk about how the production compares to last year and the year before. Also based on the boxes, whether it's blaster boxes, whether it's light boxes, hint, hint, there's no light boxes this year, and hobby boxes. Also, we'll talk about hit odds and auto odds, and that's for this year, just getting a deeper dive into it, and then also looking into past years in comparison, basically finding out who's the best. So what are the options this year? We have hobby boxes, 4 cards per pack, 24 packs per box, 12 boxes per case, and you get 1 auto per box. Then you have blaster boxes, 4 cards per pack, again, 8 packs per box, and 40 box cases. Cases sounds fun, doesn't it? In the set, there's 500 cards this year. Actually, they say there's 501 because there's one card that has 2 variations. They messed up and they printed 2 different guys on the same number. So technically, there's 501. Here are some of your unnumbered parallels: X-Fractor, Refractor Prism, Blue Prism, Gold Prism, and Red Prism. So you're going to find all the prisms just in the blaster. X-Fractor this year is only in hobby, which is interesting. So you're only getting 1 per box. So that actually makes them kind of short print. We'll talk about what these are kind of estimated numbers later on in the presentation here. And this is all of the different parallels. You can see that there's several hobbies. In the past, there was maybe 1 or 2, but there's also blaster exclusive with the blue shimmer, which is kind of cool. That, for me, a numbers guy, that means I can estimate off that how many blasters were produced, which in the past, they've kind of done pretty good with this product. So on the auto section, huge auto checklist, 167 cards in this checklist. You get 1 per box in the auto, or in the hobby. Rookies, vets, retired vets, and Hall of Famers. It's kind of tough. It's kind of one of those products that makes me feel like Prism basketball and football, where you're not searching so much for those autos because they're super hard to hit, but you're looking for good numbered parallels of the big rookies and the huge vets, Hall of Famer type guys. And there's a blue speckle of Juan Soto. You see the Aaron Judge there. So the auto rainbow is much smaller. That is a mistake. That blue prism is not hobby. It is retail only. Also, you see all the different, there's orange and then there's pink, which pink used to be in the light boxes. So the light boxes are no longer this year, which are a great value to me. I mean, you're going to pay 60, 70 bucks, get 4 numbered cards and 1 hit per case, even though I'd never seen a hit. Image variations. So there's 25 cards. These are short printed. Rookies, vets, Hall of Famers. I'm hoping they flip those around, because if not, you're going to roll right past them unless you got a duplicate and you've opened enough to recognize the image variation. 54 Topps employees. These are super short printed. I was amazed that one has already been pulled. 1 in 42,000 hobby packs plus. There's Adam Schwartz for my Metropolitans. These are actually employees of Topps, and they just put them in the 1954 style. And then there's these new Topps City Chrome. These are 100 cards. 1 of these packs comes per case, and you get 4 cards in that pack. Rookies, vets, retired folks, and Hall of Famers. There is a refractor variation, and you get one of those packs per 10 cases. So those would be extremely, extremely valuable, especially if you pull like an Adley. So here are all the numbers. You can get this on tops.com. This is where I pull all my information, as well as, you know, Cardboard Connection, not so much anymore. But there's some Beckett, and there's another one that just started doing checklists after Cardboard Connection kind of fizzled out. So talk about production. Here is the production numbers. I'm not going to go into how I calculated this. Email me if you want. Comment. We can put the simple formula. But here you basically find something that's offered only by the hobby or the blaster, and you multiply out based on the numbers. The number of the card, like is it numbered to 100, 250, that type thing. So you're looking at 98,000 boxes, 8,000 cases, or 244,000 boxes of blasters, or 6,000 cases of blasters. So seems like a lot, truthfully, but let's compare it to years past, and then we'll definitely know. Here's just some more information, and my boy Jazz, who's actually been playing pretty decent lately. So the total cards produced are a little bit over 9 million, 8.8 million base cards. That means each base card is going to have about 44,000 of them, which isn't a small number, but it's still a lot less than what you'd see in Series 1, Series 2, Update, those type of things. Total autos, there is almost 600,000 autos. That's a lot. Total non-base autos, a lot as well. You can see that the difference there, that's total non and base autos, I think. Not just non-base. That's, yeah, total. Anyways, doesn't include any inserts, which this one doesn't have any. But the total parallel autos is 122,000 parallel autos. So good number of them, and we'll see how often they are to pull. Here is some past releases, just kind of looking at the production. And of course, Mr. Aaron Judge there. You can see that there has been an uptick in hobby boxes. Almost 60% uptick, 3,000 more cases, but there's a lot less blasters, which is interesting. So about a 35% decrease in blasters. And there's no light boxes, which light boxes were a little more skimpy last year. You can see they were a third of what they were in 2021. So you could see that that's where they were going to reduce, and basically they just made more hobby boxes to make up for the production. I don't know how all that works in general. I didn't go through, okay, how many autos were there last year, how many autos are there this year, how many cards, base cards, blah, blah, blah. But it seems like it's in a good direction, and you'll notice that when we go to the odds, the hit odds and the auto odds. And before we get there, let's just look historically. This is the last set of 2023 usually, so this is where it sits right smack dab in the middle when you're talking to boxes. That's what I compare it to, because the cases vary, but the boxes is not. It's a box of cards. There you go. Some of these have 4 box cases. Some of them have 16 box cases. So actually, usually not. 20 is, or excuse me, 12 is usually that high end. But all right, unnumbered cards. We'll get to those hit odds in a little bit. Unnumbered. So you're looking at the hobby exclusive stuff. X-Fractors are going to be numbered about 200. Just doing the back calculation, the City Chrome to 82, and the refractors to 8. So those refractors, like I mentioned, they're going to be quite valuable, especially if you hit somebody good. Now let's look at the blasters. The prisms, not too shabby, a little less than 1,000. So that's something you would go after. A gold, you know, is to 2024 this year, and Series 1 and 2 and Update. So the prisms aren't too shabby. Blue prisms, much better, to 500. If you get a gold, to 10, a 5, which I actually have a Brooks Robinson from last year, red prism that I pulled. It is for sale on Whatnot. Hint, hint. That's ridiculous. But anyways, red prisms are to 5, and they're gorgeous. They're awesome looking, high quality. All of these. One thing I will notice or will mention is that the number cards in years past have been on a 55-point stock. This year they're just the normal 35-point stock. Refractors, if you combine everything together, okay, so these are ones that you find in both, and so I just combined the production of each to come up with a general number. Refractors are about 2200, which is on par with what a gold is. Again, image variations a little less than 500, autos are right at 500, and then those tops employee SSPs right around the 25. So I would love to pull one of those. I just, because they're so short printed, there's only 5 of them. So if you think of that, there's only about 125 of them total. That makes it very difficult to pull. You're going to have a better chance of pulling a 1-of-1 than you are one of those, truthfully, because there's 500 of those. So how many parallels did they make in the past years? So this is where it gets kind of interesting, and it'll tell the tape eventually. So they actually decreased the base rainbow this year by 5. You can see the huge jump in 2022. It was ridiculous, 33 in the base rainbow, but it's been a steady uptick in the rainbow for autos, which is okay. 10, 11, 12, it's not a ton. The 12th one basically was that blaster only blue shimmer. So that makes it okay. I like that, where you have a chase in the blasters if you're going after a rainbow. So what is the hit odds? Basically, it's everything you want. It's those short prints, it's numbered cards, it's all the good stuff. Here is the good stuff. You can see in hobby, it actually went up. So the production went up, but they're giving you basically 6.27 hits, 7.27 hits per box. Take away one of those as an auto, so you're getting 6 numbered cards. Last year, it was right around 6. This time, sometimes you're going to get a little more. And we'll see that often is going to be a double auto. You're going to get 2 autos instead of 1. And we'll look at those auto odds in just a second. Blasters, pretty much the same as last year with the number of hits you're getting per box. In light, you can see that you're getting 4 in 2022, and you get nothing this year because they didn't make them. And in 2021, they had megas. And those were probably your best bang for your buck. If you look at it, you're getting 1.13 hits per box. And they were, you can get them now probably in the $25 range. They were closer to 40 back in the day, but the hobby boxes were also $100. So it just seemed like a better deal. They also had 2 variations, a red box and a blue box. Not sure what they were different for, but auto odds. Hobby box 1.15. That's right. You can get 15% of the time you're going to get a second auto. So almost, well, it's going to be more than 1 per case. You're going to get an extra auto. Non-base autos, about what they've normally been, you're going to get half and half. About half the time you're going to get a non-base auto, which is pretty cool. Actually, this year it's 62% instead of 59% last year. And you can see that's been a steady uptick. Blasters, 30% of the time you're going to get an auto. So basically about 1 in 4 boxes you're going to get an auto. That's pretty good. Last year it was 15% of the time, so you're talking 1 in 6, 1 in 7 boxes. Also, better chance at getting numbered cards, again, because of the blaster exclusive in that, which is pretty cool. And you can see over the years, this is really the best year as for hits for autos that there's been, which is pretty awesome. Again, there's 167 people in that auto checklist, but it's a pretty good release in my mind. And it's not my favorite design. Last year was really awesome, and then the 2021 with the 52 design, it was my favorite. But last year with 53 was awesome. This year is the 54 design, not too shabby, but not my favorite. All right, what about cost per hit or auto? So this is for the hobby box. You're going to find these probably right around the 145 range. You're going to get about a $20 per hit cost. Per auto, about $125. because of the, that 15% of the time you're going to get an extra auto. Let's look at the blaster. One thing you're going to notice here is it's cheaper. Cost per hit, cost per auto is cheaper. Interesting. So it's $18 per hit here and $106 per auto. So basically it's going to cost you about $106 worth of purchases of blasters to get that one auto you're looking for. Not too shabby. So again, 3 to 4 boxes. And then you're going to get all those parallels as well, but at $100, at a 145-ish, I don't know, you're going to get those 6 parallels. Whereas over here, you're not getting, well, it's actually, you count 7 because of the auto as well. So both are good deals. I really having trouble figuring out where you want to go here. Truthfully, it's all dependent on how much you want to spend. Do you only want to spend $30? Well, of course, buy a blaster. If you want more and more potential and that guaranteed auto, well, go after a hobby box. Other than that, to me, the increases in production didn't matter because they made the boxes more juicier. They reduced the number of parallels, but you get more parallels per box. Win-win. I mean, it's all good. Great value. Last year, like I mentioned, visually was nicer to me, but this is always one I look forward to. Also, I was really surprised with the auto and hit rate being better. It's just a great release. I'm just happy either way you want to go. Again, all this is based on the odds. I've opened a little bit of it, and the odds seem to play out, but you could have some super boxes. You could have some duds. That's always the case with their production. So the boxes do have big potential. You can hit a Shohei Ohtani, 1 of 1 has been hit already, but a DeFi, a Trout, 1 of 1. And in general, they're great values. These things hold value. People collect these. They're visually appealing. So I'm going to give it an 8.5. Probably one of my highest grades because of the value and the possibility of what you get. And just they're stunning cards. So if you have any questions, comments, leave those in the comment section. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. We have more content like this soon to come out. Series 2 is right around the corner, and we'll hopefully do one of those before release date. Maybe not. Just depends on how big the odds are to go through. So thank you so much for any support you can give us. We have group breaks. Check those out if you want. I have a website, Facebook, whatnot channel. Go check it all out. All that information is in the description if you'd like. Patreon as well. We have got a ton of stuff. So thank you guys as always, and be kind, be nice to those around you, and peace out.